Good morning, y'all. It is Tuesday, April 28th. Today we are going to read a separation of powers. You will find this in the reading and the content area social studies teacher book that is produced by Glencoe McGraw-Hill. So let's get started. As always, we read the questions before we read the passage. Let's grab our highlighter and get to it. So number 2, another good title for this passage is A battle between the states, B, James Madison, American hero, C, 3 branches equals 1 government, or D, more than 200 years ago. Please highlight another good title. Number 3, the legislative branch deals mainly with A, the armed forces, B, making of the laws, C, courts, D, foreign policy. Please highlight legislative branch deals with. Number 4, which statement best describes the final Constitution? It uses only James Madison's ideas. B, it is a compromise between the states. C, it does not represent small states. Or D, it gives most of the power to the president. Please highlight which best describes the final Constitution. Number 5, in this passage, the words legislative branch are in italic type as an example of A, main title, B, a quotation, C, an author's byline, or D, an important term. Please highlight the words legislative branch are in italic type as an example of. Number 6, the word ratified in this passage means A, formally and officially approved, B, raised another's child as one's own, C, chosen for use in a classroom, or D, admired greatly. Please highlight ratified means. Alright, so let's go to our first page, read number 1 first, and then we will read the passage. Alright, so we are looking for the main idea, a statement that is too broad, and then a statement that is too narrow. A, the United States Constitution provides for 3 branches of government. B, the United States has a constitution. Or C, the Senate has 100 members. Alright, so let's scoot up here to the top and go in and highlight our heading, and we will label that as a heading, but not right there. Let's come over here. Heading, and we know this to be nonfiction, which is informational text, and we will number our paragraphs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right, so let's get to work. The United States Constitution was written in 1787. The states finally worked out their differences and ratified the Constitution in 1788. All right, we know that they're going to ask a question about ratified, so circle that. So please highlight U.S. Constitution was written in 1787. For those of you that are asking, well, we gained our independence in 1776. Did we not have a ruling document between 1776 and 1787? Well, yes, we did. Previous to the Constitution, we had what was called the Articles of Confederation. The Articles of Confederation failed because it gave too much power to the states, I believe. Yeah, too much power to the state, and the federal government had no power to, I think everything had to be voted unanimously, like all the states had to agree. So, of course, states' power was what a lot of the states wanted, and states' power is a good thing. However, in this situation, the federal government really had no power to do anything, which was not keeping us as a unified nation. So they went back and they redid the Articles of Confederation, which eventually became the Constitution. You will talk more about this in the 8th grade, so I will not get too much off topic here. So, moving along. James Madison, the author of the Constitution, who, by the way, was from Virginia, wanted a strong government with 3 branches. These 3 branches balances each other's power. The executive branch is the office of the president. It also includes his or her cabinet. And by cabinet, that does not mean like something in the kitchen. A cabinet is a group of people that advise the president, such as Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Education, and so forth. So this branch enforces federal laws, it appoints federal officials, it deals with foreign countries, and the president is the commander of the armed forces, also known as commander-in-chief. Then you have the judicial branch, which includes the Supreme Court, the lower federal courts. It decides case of law. And if you were not aware, once a Supreme Court justice is voted to the Supreme Court, and when I say voted is not a good word, once they are picked by the president and confirmed by Congress, then they have that position for life until they retire or die. So, legislative branch makes the laws. It also amends and repeals laws and collects taxes. One part of this branch is the Senate. It has 100 members. Each state has 2 senators. The other part is the House of Representatives. It has 435 members, and each state sends a number of representatives based on its population, and that number can go up or down depending on how the population fluctuates. And this stuff here that we're talking about, all of this came from after the Articles of Confederation failed. We had the Virginia Plan and the New Jersey Plan. And basically what we're reading about here about the separation and balance of powers is a combination of the Virginia Plan and the New Jersey Plan. How many representatives would be there? Madison said the number should reflect how many people live in a state. New Jersey had a few people. These people did not agree. They said each state should have the same number of representatives. The people of Connecticut wanted a compromise. They said the lawmaking branch should have 2 parts. In one part, each state would have the same number of members, which is the Senate. In the other part, the number of members from each state would vary, which is House of Representatives. Large states would have more members. Small states would have fewer. Okay, so we've read our passage. I need you all to go through, finish. We did that down there. Sorry. I need you to finish, answer your questions, and put your answers on SchoolNet. If you have any questions, please email me.